It's Monday, January 22nd, 2018. It is time to give some Kickstarters their last right. As their time runs out, we're going to help them launch off with more fuel and more power by showing you the things, or the Kickstarters in this regard, that are for comic books that you are about to miss out on. But don't worry, we're going to inform you. We're going to let you know the Kickstarters you're going to want to back. I am Mr. Anderson, and I am the voice of written sins. Let's get into this amazing group of Kickstarters that we have right now. Here they are. This is Kickstarter Last Rights. Remember, supporting Kickstarter only takes a single dollar. One single dollar can show support, attract attention, help fund projects, support indie creators, and help create new worlds. If you believe in me as a creator, aren't I worth a single dollar? Just to show others you believe in me? That's the idea you want to keep. Do you believe in a person enough for a single dollar? Victoria Black is on our program today, and she's the world's most dangerous assassin who must protect her family from her organization from which she works. Kickstarter for the Independent Creators, second edition, a practical, informative guide to crowdfunding made by the amazing Madeline Holly Rising, who's on Kickstarter right now with her sword Kickstarter. No, I'm sorry. She's on with Kasaya. Amazing job. Two Swords is also from Evolution, but not hers. Hers is actually Kasai. That'll be on Kickstarter Talk this Wednesday. Extreme Championship Tournament. It is the most wanted. See the classics of yesterday fight today or in the near future via this XCT comic. Resurrected issue 2. A group of paranormal investigators accidentally raises the dead and creates a zombie infestation on the Isle of Blackwood. This is the second issue, which ends on February 2nd, or 2/2. Kind of interesting. And James versus the New World Order is a post-apocalyptic action comedy set in an ambiguous, not-so-distant future. These amazing projects are going to be featured on our show right now. Let's get to Victoria Black. So Victoria Black, I cannot play the music to, and we can't see Bradley, unfortunately, because they do use copyright information, a copywritten song. So I am going to have to be your narrative for this project, but having done this for a few weeks, I've actually gotten pretty good at it. They are 4 days out. They have 1,700 to make. That's not impossible, though. And this is the important thing, and I say this all the time. Just because you see a Kickstarter hasn't made its goal and it's got 4 days, that doesn't mean anything. If it's got 4 hours, there's enough time for that project to be funded. And this is a badass project about a badass hit woman, for once. So, I mean, look, if you haven't given Victoria Black a shot yet, I don't know what's wrong with you guys. And I mean that lovingly. Unless you don't like hitman stories and you don't like violence and you don't like New York City, then I can understand why you might not like this project. I get that. You don't like anything that's like that. And I'm not going to say anything cool because there's cool stuff outside of that. Maybe this isn't the project for you. But here's the thing. Even if this is not the project for you, you know someone right now that would enjoy this. You know someone who would be passionate about this. You know someone who would enjoy this. That's what I'm asking you to do today. If this isn't the project for you, I'm going to ask you guys to go ahead and do me a personal favor, and I'm going to ask you guys to show this to that friend. This has amazing art. It's got some amazing New York City. It's got some, it's got a little bit of graphic violence. I'm not going to lie to you. There's a little bit of violence. It's going on. There is some violence. And, it is set in a more violent place. I'm just checking the video quality. But this, look at it. It's got great art. It's got all the things that you guys want to see. It's got great art. It's apparently got a story. Definitely am a fan of strong female characters. And I know most of you guys watching the show want strong female characters. Well, here you go. Here is a strong female character. Now, I am noticing, because someone let me know, that for some reason we're having a little bit of an issue with the video. It's showing up a little close, so I'm just going to move the camera back a bit and give you guys a wider angle. For whatever reason, I don't know if it's filming sideways. Facebook's always fun that way. It does fun things. So I brought it back a bit for you guys to be able to see it a little better. And I'm just double checking now for what you guys are seeing on the actual video, because Facebook's apparently having some problems. Thank you for the heads up, by the way. I do appreciate that. So now it is a little further back and set back. I honestly do not know what the issue is with it, but we're going to carry on, and we're going to just check out the Extreme Championship video. And this one is a good 4 minutes, so it'll give me some time to see if I can't fix it.
G'day guys, Sean here, the creator of the Extreme Champion Tournament series, and I'm here to talk to you about our latest project, which is XCT Most Wanted, a graphic novel anthology based around our current XCT series. So what is XCT Most Wanted? Well, XCT Most Wanted is a anthology based within the XCT universe, where we've created 6 short stories by 6 different writers and 6 different artists to expand the XCT universe. We wanted to expand the XCT universe much quicker than the way we were releasing our single issues. So we thought what a great idea an anthology would be. So we've been able to scour the world to get some really good artists and writers on board, and we've created this fantastic graphic novel. So check out our project page to see all the creators involved, but some of them do include E. Nunez, who's worked on DC and IDW books, as well as Mark Lottier, who has also done work for Gestalt Publishing here in Australia, as well as some other talented writers and artists. The stories include the Tengu from the Japanese mythology. We've got dragons. We have the frost giants from Norse mythology, as well as a bunch of other stories in there. So this is a jam-packed book with hot art to boot, so something you're definitely not going to want to miss. So this is where you guys come in. We are needing to raise $2,000 for the publishing costs, as we've totally completed this book other than the colours on the cover and collating it all together. So we need to raise that $2,000 in 41 days, and we've got some awesome rewards for you guys in helping us reach our target. Now, some of those rewards include a digital copy of the graphic novel, a physical copy of the graphic novel. We've got digital sketch rewards. If you haven't read the XCT series, we've got the whole collection all together at a ridiculously cheap price. Some of our higher tiers, we've got you drawn into our next anthology that we've just released or announced on our Facebook page, and even have your own story written in the XCT universe. So I'm sure that would appeal to some of you guys out there. Thanks for taking the time to check out our video, and we really hope that you'll pledge to our project. But if you can't, if you're able to share it around with your friends and contacts, that would be super helpful and really, really appreciated. In the meantime, check out some of the pages in the series towards the end of this video, and see if you like what we've done. Thanks.
All right, I have fixed most of the issue for viewing, it looks like, on the Facebook. You guys can tune in right now to the WF Written Sins Network's group, and we do have a stronger, better aligned picture. And of course, we'll have the best picture at the end. YouTube, I have no idea what's going wrong with the Facebook feed right now. I'm not committed to backing out of it to restart the video and not have this be in one take, just because then it's two videos. You know, it is what it is. Technical stuff goes wrong all the time. Like I said, we have the other feed in our group right now, which you guys can check out. By all means, do that. Extreme Championship Tournament. You can find out more about that directly on our site. Right here is we actually had Austin Allen Hamlin as a guest on Spoken Sins this past weekend, and he actually talks about the XCT, which you guys can be part of that conversation now.
Welcome to Spoken.
By just going here, and you guys can see.
That is kind of the fun part of going.
You can talk. He'll be talking about more than just XCT, but he talks about how XCT came to be his project, or part of the project, and how much passion has been going into it. XCT has got, of course, you heard some great reward packages. It is definitely something that you guys are going to want to check out. It's got some great artists attached to it. It's got a who's who of indie comics almost starting up on the bottom. And some of these creators have worked for more than just indie. And it's got the reward packages where you can catch up with the series. That if you haven't been necessarily a fan of it yet and you want to catch up, there's definitely a way to do that. So I am excited for you guys to join this amazing project now and be part of something that is spectacular, honestly. It is a good group of creators, and we're going to get to that big list for you right at the bottom, where right there you guys can see it. There is Austin, who, of course, was on our video. Austin doing a great job. As on Spoken Sin the other night, just completely felt like a great time hanging out with a friend. I really enjoyed it. You guys should tune into that and hear why he's so excited about XCT. We are currently sitting with this project as funded, but there's always stretch goals to consider. So don't forget about that when making your decisions. You know, sometimes people think just because something's funded, it somehow no longer needs support. That couldn't be furthest from the truth. You guys want to support a project, support a project. You should be supporting it based on a want, a desire, a I need that gut feeling. You guys should never go by not getting something. So it's funded. It doesn't need my help. Of course it needs your help. It needs fans. Every project needs fans. So become a fan today of XCT. We're going to check out James versus the New World Order, issue 3.
Hey everyone, this is Brandon Petros, writer and creator of the post-apocalyptic action comedy James versus the New World Order. I'd like to welcome you to our Kickstarter relaunch for issue number 3. The project is 100% complete, so upon funding, you should be getting your product as early as February. And we have some really awesome awards this time around. I kicked them up a bit since last time, so be sure to check those out. And hopefully we'll reach our goal of $3,000, which would put us in a really awesome place to be able to distribute everything nicely without going too much into the hole. So check out our tiers. Check out some of the artwork. I hope you like it, and thank you very much.
All right, guys. Facebook kind of failed out on us, which I'm not totally surprised about. So they'll join us back. I sent out another video. We restarted the feed. Something must have been wrong because it wound up crashing, and now I've got the perfect video of it. So welcome back, Facebook audience. For those of you who are joining us, we're just going to replay Brandon's video because it got cut off, and that's not fair to him. So YouTube audience gets to see this amazingness twice, and here it goes.
Hey everyone, this is Brandon Petros, writer and creator of the post-apocalyptic action comedy James versus the New World Order. I'd like to welcome you to our Kickstarter relaunch for issue number 3. The project is 100% complete, so upon funding, you should be getting your product as early as February. and we have some really awesome awards this time around. I kicked them up a bit since last time, so be sure to check those out. And hopefully we'll reach our goal of $3,000, which would put us in a really awesome place to be able to distribute everything nicely without going too much into the hole. So check out our tiers. Check out some of the artwork. I hope you like it, and thank you very much.
Now, Brandon, of course, was on here during Christmas, which is a hard time of year to be on here for anyone. And I know a lot of creators who are kind of suffering about that. This is a great project. It looks fun. I read the first issue, so I don't know if I have the second issue in the mail. Truth be told, I have a lot of books I have to open. Since Irma, I kind of fell behind, and now it's become a pile. We're going to do an opening special, so I haven't seen issue 2, but issue 1 was funny. I remember being entertained by it. You know, I like my mix of comics, and this is what I like, satirical, and I like things that poke fun of the society in which we live, and this is one of those types of books, I think it's heading that way. Without seeing issue 2, I don't want to speculate too much. But I definitely enjoyed the craftsmanship of it. I think Brandon did an amazing job with it. It looks interesting, and it is worth the time. And again, like we said at the beginning of the program, if this isn't, let's say you don't like zany, wild comedy comic books for some reason. I'm not judging. I'm just saying that's not you, right? Cool. We all know someone who's going to like it. That's what you guys have to do. That's what being an advocate in 2018 is going to be. You guys are all empowered. You're all advocates for indie comics, and that means sharing this with people you know who will enjoy it. Because not only are you helping a creator, but you're helping a friend who's looking for content like this. People want comic books like this in their life, so help them get to this comic book. Be a good friend and be an advocate for indie comics all at the same time. How amazing are you for doing that? And remember, it's very easy to share things on social media by just hitting that amazing Facebook button right there and tag someone. You know, I'm going to tag Colton, because I think with him doing tits, he might actually enjoy this. As a fan, he might like this. So I'm going to put, have you met James? And then that's it. And now a conversation. And then I'll tag my other buddy, Brandon. Oops, too many halves. Why didn't you guys tell me? So then I'm going to put created by Brandon. So now Brandon, oh, it's not tagging Brandon for whatever reason. The tags don't always work great here. Brandon, there we go, Beatrice. And spell check, you're killing me, spell check. There we go. All right. So now I made it look difficult. I'm dyslexic, you're not, hopefully. If you are, you know, I understand your pain. But if you're not, you should be able to get this done rather quickly, unlike me, who stumbles over my words. And it's a good thing I'm not a writer or anything. So James is one of those books that if it's not for you, you know someone in your life that it's for. It's not a hard niche. It's comedy. It's funny. Who do you know that likes to laugh? Tag him today. Resurrected. I have not seen this video. We're going to watch it together for the first time. Oh. I am going to have to be the narrative. I don't think it's copywritten music, but it came up on Shazam, so I get all nervous about it. I did listen to the video. I didn't watch it. So now I'm going to see it with you guys for the first time, but I did listen to it, and it's music the whole time. So there's the Blackwood Cemetery. Now, remember, this is the second book. For those who haven't seen Resurrected 1, this is going to be a little bit of spoilers. They haven't put any dialogue in it, looks like, so that's awesome. Now, they accidentally rose the dead in the last issue. Silly teenagers. You can't trust teenagers to do anything but save the world. But usually they're the ones who fuck the world up anyway. They did something, they let something out. Teenagers, really. They need to get control. A brand new zombie comic, Resurrected. Now, of course, this is brought to us by Swampline Comics. You guys know Swampline Comics. They do some of the most amazing comic books. Recently, they did Star Claus. They do, of course, the Tomb of Horror. Oh, man, they're constantly making some amazing stuff. You can see this is a choice of standard edition. I love that, and we're going to go into this. Now, the funny thing about this is it's on last rights, and it only got added to our program today. It apparently hit over the weekend. I was busy lettering all weekend. I a little bit behind because of an injury, so I forced myself to get the lettering done. I can barely move my neck. For some reason, lettering hurts my neck. I have no idea why. But after injuring my neck earlier in the year, it became a problem. So I didn't see this until today, but it's awesome. There's that Brad Pitt cover I liked from the first one. These are very creative, very driven creators in Swampline Productions. I've never seen a book that I didn't enjoy yet. They also did the Drakenstein book, which is awesome. And the cool thing, the reason I'm mentioning all this, is not just the alternative covers, which are awesome, by the way, and are available here, but they also, in their reward base, often give you guys a chance to have some cool stuff, like being resurrected back cover drawn in. You can be drawn into a back cover, resurrected issue 1 and 2. You get a signed comic. You know, these are amazing things. And because we don't have a lot of time with this, it is something that we want to put on the show right away to try to help advocate. Only 11 days. You know, we try to keep everything on last rights within the next 12 days. And here it is. You know, if it's got 12 days, it'll go on next week. So if it's got 11, it goes on this week. So this is Resurrected. And that is our show today. Like I said, it wasn't going to be a big show. It wasn't going to be a long show. Well, let's go back over all the amazing comic books that were available. Usually we do it in reverse order because the first video went kind of haywire. We're going to start from the top again. And I'm just going to read it off so people who might not have seen the second video because maybe it didn't post right. I don't know. It just kind of disappeared from my screen. So I don't even know if it exists anymore. Remember, we do have a copy on YouTube. And we had a copy running in our Written Sins network today as well. So there are copies to watch. Different angles, different views. We are going to go down the list now. Kickstarter, our last rights had. Remember that you could support any of these Kickstarters I'm about to mention with the one single dollar that shows support attracts attention, help funds projects, support indie creators, and helps create new worlds. And if you're running a Kickstarter soon, check out Madeline Holling Rosing's amazing book about Kickstarter for the independent creator. It's a second edition. It's a practical, informative guide to crowdfunding. Today, we went over at CT Tournament. The most wanted is a high-quality artistic graphic novel anthology based in the XCT universe. Remember that on the side of the Written Sins main page, or at the very bottom, if you're on a phone, has the amazing Spoken Sins interview with Austin Allen Hamlin, who talked about this amazing project with us this past weekend. Resurrected issue number 2, we just took a peek at that. It is a group of paranormal investigators accidentally raise the dead and create zombie infestation on the Isles of Blackwood. Check it out today. And we didn't mention, that's my bad, Victoria Black is the world's most dangerous assassin. She must protect her family from the organization from, I'm assuming she once worked for. Maybe that she's going to keep the job. Interesting. We're going to have to check it out. You're going to get the comic book. Is she fired? Did she quit? Or is she still working for him and still trying to save her family? James versus the New World Order, issue number 3, is a post-apocalyptic action comedy set in an ambiguous, not-so-distant future. Check it out today. Be part of something funny. And remember, if any one of these projects seemed like it was a good idea and you want to support the creator, throw $1 their way, but do something even better. If you know that this one of these projects isn't something for you, think about your friends. Which one of my friends? Let's see. I know that James versus the New World Order, I tagged Colton in the video. The Resurrected, my sister would like. She loves paranormal stuff. XCT, well, that's something with wrestling. I know James Eric Hodgson, who's a great artist and does art. I would say, you know, Austin, but he's actually part of the project. But Dirk Manning, even maybe Dirk Manning like this. Maybe I'll tell Dirk about XCT because he loves wrestling. And that's the idea. Victoria Black, there's a bunch of people from New York City that I know just off the top of my head. The art of New York City is amazing. I know a bunch of people who like kind of very violent stuff. Michael Metlin, he's the creator of Kane and Butch the Butcher. Very creative guy. He likes that kind of dark, violent stuff a little bit. He does horror, so maybe he'd like this. So I'm going to talk to my friends about these amazing books that are on Kickstarter, and I suggest you do the same. Thank you for tuning in to Written Sins Kickstarter Talk Last Rights. We appreciate you guys helping us and becoming an indie comic book advocator this year. Remember, it's up to you to help indie comics succeed.